Hi, I'm really excited to be here today to be working with my pals in the athletic department to provide this week's tip of the week. What they've asked me to do is talk a little bit about stress, ways that we can de-stress, and practice self-care, and what are some of the ways that we can all do that. I think this is a great opportunity because it also allows us to tie into the college's larger Be Well initiative. Some of you may be aware that we've been working on that for a while, and the Be Well initiative really encompasses four components of people's well-being. So we're looking at providing opportunities for students to participate in things that work on healthy body, healthy mind, healthy life, and healthy community. And we really want to encourage students to figure out what that is for themselves and find their own individual ways to participate in the things that are happening on campus. So again, I feel like this is a pretty opportune time to be able to be talking about that. So what is stress? Stress basically is our physical, emotional, and mental response to change, whatever that is, whether it's positive or negative. And so we find that I think people always think about stress in the negative, when in fact it really is how we respond to a particular situation. And how does that play out for people? It plays out in a lot of different ways. People can experience stress physically, headaches, stomach aches. You may feel tension or tightness in your muscles. I'm looking at my cheat sheet. You may also have a rapid heart rate or shallow breathing. So you may feel all those things. You may have clenched jaw. Some people grind their teeth. So all of those things are ways that we may experience that physically. In terms of how we experience that cognitively, we find that we have sort of the racing mind. I am one of those people that sometimes wake up in the middle of the night and I can't shut my brain off. And so the racing thoughts, those types of things really make people sort of try to figure out what they're doing. We can't focus. We're trying to sort of figure out what's happening, and we may actually feel overwhelmed. And then emotionally, we also feel the same thing. We may feel very frustrated, or we may find we have a really short fuse and we get angry with people. And again, then we start to feel bad about ourselves because we can't manage what's happening. So you may find that you may experience stress on all of those levels, on some of those levels, or some days I like to say I'm kind of a hot mess and I experience all of that. So we want to talk a little bit about, so what are strategies? What are some things that we can do to try to manage some of that? And again, some days you're going to do it well and other days you're not going to do it well. And that's okay, because each day we get to try it all over again. So physical activity, that's why the healthy body is certainly something that we need to be thinking about. Getting enough sleep, which is often something I know that the athletic trainers talk with their students about a lot. We want to make sure that you eat healthy, so good nutrition. Even healthy snacks are things that can make a big difference for folks. And sometimes it's just breathing. And so one of the acronyms that I like to use is this idea of the word STOP. And stop basically means literally stopping what you're doing, taking a breath. And I often say it's really taking 2 or 3 deep breaths and out, and in and out, and one more time through the belly, in and out. And then observing what is happening in your body. Like you say, if you're all of a sudden feeling like your shoulders are up around your ears and you're clenching your jaw, what is physically happening to you in that moment? And really observe what's happening in terms of the stress in your body. And then the P is proceed. Then go forward and figure out, okay, how do I want to move forward with this? And I sometimes find that literally stopping the action makes all the difference, because I find, again, I just get spinning and I'm working on multiple things at once and I can't quite get it all focused. And if I just take the moment to stop and take the breaths, it helps me reframe what I'm trying to do. So that's one technique. Other ways we can do some self-massage. These are simple things that you can do at your desk if people don't think you're too weird. But you can take 2 fingers and do a little self-massage around your face, particularly your eye sockets and your temples, of ways of just trying to loosen things up a little bit. You can take your hands and almost like you're in the shower washing your hair, and really work your scalp. Again, trying to just do a little massage that will help you with that. And sometimes I find when I'm at the computer, my hands get really tense, and so using things where you literally can hold the palm of your hand and just massage towards your fingers can also make a big difference in just trying to reduce some of that. I think the biggest thing that you can do is to fill your life with things that give you joy. And one of the reasons why I ask folks to come to my office today is I try to fill my office with things that give me joy. And what you'll notice those things are pink flamingos. These were things that have been given to me by many people. They're things that students have made for me. When people see flamingos, they think about me. And so I find that just having those kinds of things around me makes me think of the beach, which is one of my favorite places to be, and also reminds me of the people that gave them to me. And often it's sometimes just the capacity to be able to do that. So that's the beginning of this. Then what I'd like to do is now take us to a couple other locations that I like to go on campus to get some stress relief.